Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Glow podcast. I have a very exciting guest here with me today. I have Adrian. And so we will be talking about different aesthetics trends and also his business as well and journey kind of in the aesthetics industry. For those of you just joining us or if you're new here, we are Tailored Marketing and we help aesthetic, wellness, and longevity clinics grow their practices through strategic marketing strategies. So if you're interested, drop a comment below. Adrian, thank you so much for coming on. I would love if you would just kind of go ahead and give a little bit of an introduction to who you are so the listeners know.
Thank you, Taylor. It's a pleasure to join you. So I've been in the aesthetic business for a little over 15 years now, and it's been an incredible journey. I kind of ended up in aesthetics, I think by mistake. I feel like aesthetics kind of chose me. And I really got into it simply because I found a gentleman that I really wanted to work with that I thought was a pretty incredible leader and someone I could learn from, and found myself in this incredible industry where we help people look and feel better. And it's been an interesting journey, starting out as a sales rep and then moving into a leadership position, leading teams. And then 7.5 years ago, along with a business partner, I founded a company called Aesthetic Management Partners. And our founding vision was to be patient-focused and partnership-driven. We saw that the industry was moving more towards functional medicine, more towards finding solutions for patients. Patients are more educated than they've ever been, and they want things that, are clinically validated, that are going to work, that have solid science behind them. And we saw that there was a hole in the market for a company that could offer, everything pre-op, post-op, and everything in between. So equipment and biologics and, next level skincare. And the company has grown dramatically over the last 7.5 years, and it's been so much fun getting to help patients, getting to partner with entrepreneurs and doctors and grow medical spas. It's an incredibly rewarding industry. It started out being about aesthetics and about cosmetics, but it's really moved now more towards functional medicine and also wellness.
Yeah.
Wellness encompasses many things. It's not just how you look, but it's also how you feel. There's a mental aspect to what we do, because when you look better, you just inherently feel better.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to be able to help people kind of just on a more holistic basis.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like being in the aesthetics industry for a little bit, you do kind of see those shifts with it, where it's like, okay, maybe 5-10 years ago, that wellness component wasn't as much a part of the experience. People were more focused on just the outward. And I think that we've seen that kind of more inward focus happen as well. So could you kind of just talk a little bit more to that and kind of how the industry has shifted over the time that you've been in it?
Yeah, we've kind of moved away from, purchase this one treatment and this is what it does, to more solution-based selling for patients. We say that a patient really doesn't want to pay for a treatment anymore. They want to pay for a solution, right? When they come to you as a provider, they want to look and feel better. And they're not always educated on exactly what that means, what tools are available. So one of the things that we found is that if we partner with providers and help them use all of the tools in the tool chest, right? It's not just about energy-based devices. It's not just about topical skincare. It's not just about injectables or biologics. It's helping that provider become an expert in providing a solution using every tool. Right? Because the goal is to help every patient reach their aesthetic potential, right? So all of us have a baseline wherever we start, and then we have a top line that we can achieve, right? We can improve, the tone, texture, fine lines, pore size, discoloration, whether it's, a vascular component or a pigmentary component. If we improve all of these things globally, then you look and feel better and your skin reflects light really well.
Yeah.
Right? I think, so women use the term dewy, and evidently dewy is very good, right? If your skin reflects light very well, it has just a luminescence to it. It looks youthful, right? That's really what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve a youthful look because youth is beauty, right? The younger you are, the more beautiful you are in some ways.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to reverse the age of the skin. We're trying to reverse the age so that it looks more youthful. You do that functionally, right? If you can improve blood flow, if you can improve oxygenation, and you do that with all of these different tools, then people can reach their potential and look amazing, but also look natural. That's one of the other trends that we've seen is that consumers now, patients, they don't want to look like they've had something done. They just they want to look really natural, and for people to make comments that they look rested, they look dewy, they just look good. What have you done? Right?
Yeah.
I think that's most patients their favorite question that they get asked. So that's what we're really looking for. We're trying to achieve a wow result so that people will ask them, "Hey, what have you had done? You look incredible."
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't tell that anything's been done, but you're like something looks a little bit different, or like you look a little more youthful or rested, like you said. It's not like that person obviously got some sort of injectable or something like that. That was the trend maybe like 10 years ago or so, but now it's more of like, how can we just look more like ourselves too, or maybe you in your best kind of light.
Well,
And so,
we've moved away from exaggerated, right?
yeah.
So I've exaggerated to symmetrical, from in your face to what have you done? You look incredible, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
subtle, subtle is beauty, right?
Yeah.
We've kind of moved away from the looking like you got stung by a bee and having lips that are 3 times too big, right?
Yeah.
The exaggeration portion, it's the pendulum has kind of swung back to where people they want to look youthful, but they don't want to look overdone.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with you. And so, when the medical spas or really clinics in general, when they're coming to work with aesthetic management partners, what are they kind of primarily looking to get out of the relationship, and like what can they kind of expect?
So it's a great question. So we pride ourselves on helping people start a med spa. So if you're not in the business at all, and maybe you're already a physician and you have all of these patients that know you and love you and trust you, but your insurance reimbursements are declining year over year. So we help those doctors get into and add cash pay services because their patients are already getting these services somewhere. Right. We just help them keep that revenue in-house. So we function in a way where we help people start a med spa. We can help people grow a med spa if they already have one open by adding additional products and services and helping them with marketing, helping them with launch events, helping them do social media, teaching them the importance of getting on a podcast and getting their name out there, how to build a brand, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of providers, they're incredible providers, but they didn't go to school for marketing, right?
Yeah.
But you need those skills to really grow your brand, grow your business. So that's a real gap in the marketplace, and it's something that we specialize in. It's actually why we have partnership in our name and our logo is even the double helix, right? We think about it as the DNA of success, right? We want to take what we've learned, and our decades of experience within the company and help those med spa owners grow. So there's really 3 elements. We can help them start a med spa if they're not in the business and capture that revenue. We can help them grow a med spa if they're already in the business. We can help accelerate their growth. And then if they're towards the end of their journey and they've built an incredible business, we can help them sell a med spa. We have private equity firms that would love to buy functioning, profitable, well-established med spas that are making money. There's a
Yeah.
huge market demand for those. We say you're going to exit your business one way or the other, either feet first or with a pocket full of cash. But most
Yeah.
people, when they start a spa, they haven't really thought about, well, what's the exit plan, right? How do I eventually sell this? So one of the things we help with is we help them build the business in such a way that it makes it easier to sell,
Yeah.
right? If your eventual goal is to retire and have some type of exit where you sell your business, you need to build it in such a way where it's easy to buy. So we help with that too. We act as a consultant. We think of ourselves as a success coach, right?
Yeah.
We don't charge a fee for that. It's just part of the partnership, right? Because I don't know, we really believe that if you just do right by people, that it's a biblical principle, right? You reap what you sow. So the more we can help people, the more our business grows.
Yeah.
And that's been the case for us. It really has. In the 7.5 years, we've doubled and tripled year over year. We've grown every single year. We've been in existence with the exception of COVID.
Yeah.
I did not have COVID in my business plan when we launched this company.
No one
Um,
did, right?
but But amazingly, even through COVID, we learned so many things. We learned that beauty is an essential service, right? The first thing that my wife did coming out of the lockdowns was got her Botox and got her hair colored.
Yeah.
That was the first choice she made, and she wasn't alone. We had record months, coming out of COVID, because even when times are bad, people want to look and feel better. In a lot of ways, it's a recession-proof business. It continued to grow through, the 2000 dot-com bubble. It grew through the 2008 financial crisis. It grew during COVID with worldwide lockdowns and elective procedures shut down. It still grew. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
It is.
It's been interesting to watch because the industry is continuing to evolve, but that's really how we see ourselves. We're partners. We believe in partnership, and we live that out with what we do and helping people start a spa, grow a spa, and eventually sell a spa.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's so funny that you said that because I feel like that was the case with so many people coming out of COVID. They're like, okay, I need to get my hair done, or like, I need to get my nails done. I need to get my Botox or filler. It's kind of like, and especially too with being on Zoom more, you're looking at yourself more than you would on a regular basis. If you're just in front of somebody and talking, you're not looking into a mirror all day. So I think it brought out too like a little bit of like, okay, I want to look better.
Yeah, people are more facial conscious than they've ever been. We actually call it the Zoom effect, right? It
Yeah.
really amplified our business because if you're staring at yourself in a screen, just like a mirror, every single day for hours at a time, it's hard not to kind of pick yourself apart and, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, is that really how I look? Is it really how I sound? Right? Whatever. But it's really done wonders for our business, and it's continued to grow. And even men, men are actually one of the fastest growing segments now. Brotox is an actual thing. Like guys are going out to get it done now because they have to compete for jobs,
Yeah.
right? So men still value discretion. It's kind of like an inside joke. Like men would never update their Facebook and go, just got my Botox done. Right.
Yeah.
Women do that immediately. They're checking in at the spa, just got this
Yeah.
done, this done, this done, before and after pictures, whole 9 yards. Everybody's clapping and celebrating. The guys are like, do you have a side door that I can come in?
Yeah.
But they still need it. They still want it. So it's a fast growing segment.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's true. Yeah, the transparency side for women has definitely gone up. People are a lot more transparent about it now. And then for men, it is still kind of a little bit more taboo, but I'm sure that will change eventually as well. And so I'm so interested because obviously you work with people on kind of all different spectrums where it's like, okay, they're just starting out, or maybe they have their med spa, but they're looking to kind of grow, and also the selling aspect of it when they're already a very established practice. So when, say, a med spa is coming to you that they're doing well, but they want to do better, kind of, what are some of the most common challenges that you're seeing them face?
So it's the same challenges that you have in any business, right? It's a lot of them are employee challenges, right? How do I recruit staff? How do I train them? How do I retain them after I spend all the money to recruit them and train them?
Yeah.
How do we create a culture within the business? Sometimes it's they don't have enough services that they offer, right? If you don't have a full spectrum of services, then you're not going to retain, right? If you only offer injectables, well, that means that your patient's going to go somewhere else for energy-based devices and medical grade skincare and biologics. The average patient in aesthetics sees 3 different providers. So, because there's very few that are offering everything that they need to get a
Yeah.
holistic and comprehensive solution, right? So, we teach people how to add the different services because one of the mistakes that I see medical spas make is they buy too much equipment too quickly. That probably sounds a little bit crazy coming from a company that sells equipment, but it's true,
Yeah.
right? You can get into too much debt and it actually will slow your growth. So it's really important for a spa to add things in the right order, right? If they purchase 500,000 or $600,000 worth of equipment all at once and they buy 5 or 6 things, inevitably some of those things are going to do well and some of them won't do well. So I always tell people success comes in increments, right? So start with whatever you love. Start with whatever you're passionate about, right? If you love a particular service, you're going to do well with that service because
Yeah.
people can feel your passion, right? Passion is what persuades people. It's what persuades consumers, patients, salespeople, everybody. It's passion is really what matters. So stick with whatever
Yeah.
you love. Inevitably, when they buy a piece of equipment or they bring in a service because they think they're going to make a lot of money with it, but they don't really love it, they generally don't do well with it. And, within our industry, we have tons of companies that sell equipment, and a lot of them are publicly traded. So they want you to buy,
Yeah.
and if you give in too often and too quickly, you hamstrung your business because then you wreck your cash flow, right? You never want to put your business in a place where you have so much debt that you're working half the month to service the debt. You have to be able to pay yourself. You have to be able to invest in the future. You have to be able to invest and keep your best people. So it's important to grow. It's important to add services to keep your clientele interested, right? Because services get stale over time, right? If they've had the same service over and over again, you got to give them something new, from time to time, but you don't have to do it all at once, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't, right? The other thing that I see is spas sometimes they want to jump on every single trend, and they don't really have a brand identity, right? If you're offering everything, you're kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. You should specialize. You should be known for one particular thing. And it almost doesn't matter what that one thing is, but you pick one thing where you are the expert, you are the best of the best, you are the one that's sought out. I'll give you an example. So one of our favorite spas in Arizona is known for working with people who have been sex trafficked in their past, right? And they have lots of tattoos.
Okay.
And then they remove those tattoos, right, for them, and it really helps them transition back into a better life.
Yeah.
We have spas that work with people that are focused on hair loss, right? There's a lot of hair loss in the market right now. Post-COVID, there's a lot of post-COVID hair loss. And now
Yeah.
with the advent of GLP-1 drugs, it's not uncommon for someone to lose 50 pounds on a GLP-1 and lose up to 50% of their hair.
Wow.
So now we have clinics that are becoming specialized in hair restoration because there's so many different things that are on the market. We offer some plant-based stem cell technology for that and an ultrasound technology that really helps. So some clinics will specialize in that because when you specialize in a service, then you can become known for that and people will send you referrals, right?
Yeah.
Even some of your competition will send you referrals if you're really good at it and you treat people the right way. So a couple things. Don't buy too many too quickly. Don't be so hungry for success that you put yourself in a bad spot and end up with too much debt. Debt will kill you. And
Yeah.
then you should specialize. You should be known for something. Like, what is your identity? What is your brand known for? As a spa, as a provider, are you the artist? Are you the injector that can take 10 years off their face with, a little bit of energy-based device, a little bit of injectable, some topical, some, medical grade skincare. You combine it all into this amazing portfolio and then they look amazing. Are you that person or are you the hair specialist? Are you the scar revision clinic? Right? Are you the clinic that's known for the world's fastest and best hair removal? Whatever it is that makes you smile, that can be your thing, right? Let your passion drive that. The demographics of your market actually don't even matter very much. If you love it, you'll do well with it. If you don't love it, don't do it.
Yeah. No, and the two things that you said too, I feel like they go hand in hand together. It's like if you are investing in too much at one time, then you're spreading yourself kind of too thin and you're trying to be more of a generalist. But if you're investing in, say, like one or two really good things that are going to make your brand well known for, hair loss, hair restoration, whatever, then it makes the most sense. So it is kind of funny that those two things go pretty hand in hand together too. And so I guess with aesthetic management partners, what are kind of your goals over the next year or two, and what kind of do you guys have on the horizon?
So our main focus and vision is really in the world of hair restoration right now. That's our favorite market. We have a patented proprietary plant-based stem cell technology for hair restoration. It's the first of its kind,
Wow.
and they're plant secretory factors. Incredible technology, first of its kind. And we're seeing in 12 weeks, incredible results, 20% more hair and 40% more thickness of the current hair in only 12 weeks. And
Wow.
that's really the first time. And it's not a drug. It's not an injectable. There's no needles. It's just a topical product. And then in office, it gets applied with a low-level ultrasound, which feels very nice, like a warm stone massage on your head. It's so comfortable, even guys can do it. So it's just a lovely treatment. It's getting incredible results, and our goal is to take it global. So
Okay.
in the last 18 months, we've entered 20 additional countries outside the United States, and our goal in the next 18 months is to be in an additional 40. We want to be in 60 countries within the next 18 months with this technology. So one of our case studies was one of our partner providers up in Canada,
Okay.
and the provider's name is Bradley Widner, and just does an incredible job with hair restoration. And one of his clients came in and was there for toxins and fillers and saw an advertisement for Derive, our plant-based stem cell technology. And she asked Bradley, would this be safe for my daughter? Her daughter was 9 years old. Her name's McKenna. She's in the 3rd grade, and she has something called alopecia totalis. So she lost all of her hair. She even lost her eyebrows.
Wow.
So as you can imagine, in 3rd grade, kids are brutal. And if you're the kid that walks in with no eyebrows and no hair, you end up with no friends because the kids pick on you. And that was the case for McKenna. She said they didn't like my hair. They didn't want to be my friend. So it just broke our heart.
Yeah.
And Nurse Widner said, look, this is plant-based technology. It's organic. It's all natural. It's completely safe. We can try it. It's never been tested for children, but it's clearly safe. So we tested it, and within a month, she already had some new growth. So we really tried to temper expectations, right? We don't want to overpromise.
Yeah, of course.
But by month 4, she had a full head of hair and looked incredible. So much so that we decided to sponsor McKenna. So the company is now fully footing the bill for her. She's on a full scholarship. So she gets the daily topical, she gets the shampoo, she gets the conditioner, she gets all of the different products. And I'm happy to report that she has a full head of hair that looks beautiful. She has lots of new friends. And we have some beautiful before and after pictures of McKenna that we get to share far and wide. And, it's one thing to sell a product and, make money. It's something entirely different when you get to really help people.
Yeah.
And you see the impact on their life. It's health and wellness, right? And the wellness portion is really what matters.
Yeah.
Getting to help someone like McKenna, it's an honor. It's really sparked a passion in us. So now, we're dealing with a lot of oncology doctors now, where we're putting Derive in for people that are losing their hair due to chemotherapy, right? Because sometimes when they come back off of the chemotherapy, they beat cancer. But then when the hair comes back, it's a different texture. It's thinner, it's kind of wiry, and this works exceptionally well for cancer patients. We're working now with a lot of children, right? That really warmed our hearts. We're like, let's do more of that.
Yeah.
So we're really kind of digging in that market and working with a lot more kids that are dealing with alopecia, whether it's alopecia totalis or alopecia areata or all the different types of alopecia that happen in kids. So it's been it's been very rewarding to get to work and help people in that way. So that's really our focus as a company. We're building the hair restoration side. We really are passionate about that. We love being able to help people in this way. And the biggest portion of the market, actually, we thought it would be men when we launched this product, because traditionally hair restoration has been for men, because 80% of men are going to have male pattern baldness by the time they're 70.
Yeah.
Well, for the first time, women are actually the fastest growing portion of hair restoration. Post-COVID, it affected women a lot more than it did men. Whether they got the vaccine or whether they contracted COVID, a lot of people lost a lot of hair from COVID. And now with GLP-1s, it seems like everybody is on a GLP-1. Incredible results, but you end up losing a lot of hair, especially if you're one of those people that you're just not hungry when you're on a GLP-1 and they stop eating. That's not good for your hair, your skin, and your nails. So Derive really helps with that. So that's the focus of the company over the next year to 2. We're really building that brand. We're building the consumer awareness, and we're doing it with stories like McKenna. Just helping patients one patient at a time and making people beautiful again.
That's such a cool story with McKenna too, being able to see those results too as something that you have been a part of the creation of and everything must be super, super rewarding, because that is something that changes people's lives. Like when you go to a clinic and you get Botox, you're like, okay, yeah, I look nicer, whatever. But like when you see that really changing people's lives, I feel like that's one of the biggest things in aesthetics is hair restoration. And like you were even talking about too with the tattoo removal, like that, those are like really really big changes that can kind of change the trajectory for somebody and really help with their self-confidence and their self-image too.
Yeah, it's extremely rewarding. It's fun,
Yeah.
and it makes it easy to get up in the morning and go to work, right? Because
Yeah.
it's the why is very clear.
Yeah, for sure. And so what would be like the best way for people to look into that technology too, the Derive technology? Like, are you guys selling it online, or is it where practitioners have it in their offices and people need to get it at like a med spa, or even you were talking about like an oncology clinic as well?
So it's only available through professional providers, right? This
Okay.
isn't the type of product that you would buy on Amazon or at Walmart or a CVS,
Yeah.
right? This is, certified dermatologists, plastic surgeons, hair restoration clinics. They also can order it direct at Derive MD, like a medical doctor, derivemd.com. And so they can order it and it'll direct ship to their house as well. But we do recommend that you go to one of our partner providers that offers the technology so that you can get a holistic approach, right? It's not
Yeah.
just about applying a topical. There's many things that we need to address to really get you the best result possible. The product is just one essential component.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That sounds good. And on Derive MD, are they able to look at like all the clinics and everything that you guys are available at currently?
Yeah, they can fill out a form as a patient and then we will send them their nearest clinic.
Okay.
So and make the referral and make it really easy for them to find someone they can trust.
Awesome. That's great. And will you let everybody know what is the best way to connect with you? What is the best way to connect with aesthetic management partners as well? I'll also put all of the links in the show notes for easy access too.
Sure. So our website is aestheticmanagementpartners.com. We picked a really short website, clearly. And it comes up when you type it in. And so there's forms they can fill out. There's lots of information. There's before and after pictures. There's information about all the different technology that we provide, the services and support, the launch events that we do with our clinics, all of our educational events. So that's one thing we haven't talked about. One of our core values is education. We think that's one of the things that's lacking within the space. So we do a series of events all over the nation every single quarter, 2 to 3 large events with hundreds of people. And it's all about education and peer-to-peer learning and advancing aesthetic education for the clinics, because we believe that educating is selling. And that's what we found. The more we educate, the more we help, the more people buy. And that's really our go-to-market strategy, is just serve as much as we can, help as much as we can. And all of that's listed out on our website. So aestheticmanagementpartners.com, and you can go learn all about us, read all about our team, and more importantly, get connected with other people that are a part of our community that are already partners with us so that you can learn. Right. I think you learn the most from peers, right? From peer-to-peer learning. It's two people having a conversation, then you learn so much through that conversation, right? It's one of the reasons I love podcasts,
Yeah.
right? You can learn so much from experts just by hearing them, how they think, how they operate, and who they connect with. The network of people really determines your outcome. So
Yeah.
getting connected with great entrepreneurs and great providers they've already overcome all the obstacles that you may be going through as a provider. Connecting with those people, it accelerates your success. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So that's something else that we provide. We want to connect you with other great people because it really amplifies success.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Cool. Well, I will include all of those links as well. And thank you so, so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks.